Mikey here. Welcome back to Respawn's YouTube channel. Today we're doing something new. We're talking about the best deals that you can get on your PS4, Nintendo Switch and Xbox. Worth noting that all of these deals are in the UK because we're based in the UK. So, you know, if I've seen them here, then that's where they are, unfortunately. But, you know, every game we list here, it's probably worth checking wherever you are anyway, because you'll find a lot of these deals do tend to cross over to different countries. It's also worth noting that all these deals I'm going to mention are, of course, only valid at the time of this video. Most of them run right now as of time of recording. We're at the end of July. Most of these offers are all running till early August, or the first week or so of August. So get them while you can, basically. So yeah, we're going to cover PlayStation, Nintendo and Xbox. First up, we're going to talk PS4. You've probably seen this sale. It's the big summer sale that PlayStation are doing, and they did it last year as well, where there are a ton of games, and with the PS5 coming, there's probably still a lot of PS4 games that you've not got round to yet. So, a lot of these are probably worth your time, and for the price they're at as well, we'd highly recommend them. Again, we're not going to go through every game on the list. I'm only going to go through the games that really stood out to me and think are the real bargains, save you a bit of time having to scroll through them all, you know what I'm saying? So first up, I want to talk about GTA 5 Premium Edition. That is going for a bargain price of $11.99. And if for whatever reason you missed GTA 5 on the PS3, you've missed GTA 5 on the PS4, it's coming on the PS5 as well, because of course it is. What better time? And then maybe just, $11.99, you can just play it again. It's well worth it. The Premium Edition comes with the Criminal Enterprise pack as well, which gives you a load of money to spend, and it gives you a load of property for the online side of things. So if you want to just play it for GTA Online, this is probably the best way to do it, to be fair, because you're essentially getting GTA Online with all these extra additions for 12 quid. So yeah, that's well worth picking up. Stood out to me. I actually took advantage of this same offer the last time it was on, and I didn't regret it. To be honest, I didn't play GTA Online too much because that's not my sort of thing, but I played the original game again and loved it. So for 12 quid, well worth it. Next game I want to talk about is this bad boy. This one, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. That's actually technically not this version because it's the deluxe version that's on offer on the PlayStation Store. The deluxe version, though, to be honest, ain't much different to the original version. I think you get a few cosmetics, you get a few little bits, maybe an extra weapon or something. I did look into it, it wasn't anything major, but that's up there for $15.99. And I think for 16 quid for a game that pretty much everyone here at Respawn and goes on about as one of the games of a generation, well worth it. Personally, I've still not played it. This one right here is literally on my to-play shelf. So at the moment, I'm currently getting through Odyssey. This is Odyssey. I'm getting through Origins. And then I'm going to play Odyssey next because I've had it recommended to me so much. And now I'm recommending to you without even playing it. Because for that price, it's 16 quid. Well, worth it. Right, a few more on the PlayStation Store. And to be honest, most of them today are going to be on the PlayStation side of things, because again, their summer sale is so big. So I'm just going to pick out a few more who stood out to me for an absolute bargain price. First up, Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Witcher 3, you know Witcher 3, come on. You've either played it or you've thought about playing it, let's be honest. And at this price, I mean, it's the base version of the game, so it doesn't come with the DLC, but the base version of the game is £7.49. £7.49! Seriously, if you've still not played The Witcher 3, a year ago I hadn't played The Witcher 3, and if you're like me and thought, maybe not, I'm telling you, for £7.50, it is 100% worth it. So don't be silly, go buy The Witcher 3 if you haven't already. Hell, even if you've already played it and you're thinking of playing it again, for £7.50 it's well worth it, especially when you look at, for example, the Nintendo Switch version. I've never seen that drop below 35 quid, and it's usually 50 quid. Okay, I get it, it's on the Switch, you expect that, but when you think the PS4 version is the ultimate version with 4K and all the rest of it, for £7.50, do yourself a favour.
I don't trust you. I have to stop you, destroy you. Betrayed.
Another one that stood out to me was this bad boy, Days Gone. Okay, don't hate me. I know Days Gone has got a lot of hate from people, which I think is unfair. It's a great game, it really is. I mean, it's not it's never going to win Game of the Year for last year. It's never going to be the best PlayStation exclusive, because it really isn't. But it's still a fun game, and it's on the PlayStation Store right now for £15.94. Admittedly, there are some better deals out there, but if you've been thinking about Days Gone, and that's a good price for it. I don't think you're really going to get a better deal than that. And having played Days Gone, I can tell you that £15 or £16 basically is genuinely worth it. You're not going to regret it for that price. It's not as bad as people make out to be. It's a decent 8 out of 10 game. So again, for that price, do it. Let's move on to some sports games. If sports games aren't your thing, you may want to skip about a minute, because I'm going to talk PES 2020. Now, PES 2020 is on the store for £6.24. £6. This game was £50 when it came out. Okay, I know football games by this point of the year, the season's over, nobody really cares at the moment. This is the sort of time where these games do go dirt cheap, and you'll start to see everyone trade in PES and FIFA. But this one is actually well worth it, because I don't know if you've seen, but Konami have announced that PES 2021, so the next game, is actually going to be it's not going to be a whole new game for £50. It's going to be for £25, an add-on to PES 2020. So basically what I'm telling you is for £6.25 or 24 plus an extra £25 will get you the brand new PES. So to me, it's a no-brainer. Even if you're a FIFA guy, I'm looking at this and thinking, you know what, I might as well, because it means I get PES for next to nothing. So yeah, I mean, £6.25, it's almost worth it just to have an extra multiplayer game to play with your friends, because football games are great for that. So PES at £6.25, especially when you think that PES 2021 is going to be a £25 add-on anyway. That's, to me, the standout of all of these games that are on offer. I can't speak about PES without speaking about my boy FIFA. FIFA 20 is also on there. That's on there for £12.59. It's nowhere near as good of a deal as PES, but it is a way better game. Sorry, PES. I much prefer FIFA. So, I would say if you just want a football game because you're not a football fan, but you just want something like that to play, go for PES. It's a lot cheaper, and if you do get hooked on it, then the next one's going to be a lot cheaper. But if you really into your football and you think you could really sort of dig into it a bit more than just having a bit of a mess about, FIFA's the one you want. To be honest, it's a good deal. I think £12.60 or £12.59 for FIFA's great. Unfortunately, I think most of the people who would really appreciate that offer probably already have the game, but I thought I'd point it out anyway.
You gotta ask me something. What does it matter if everyone else is dead?
Okay, I just want to run through a fair few more on the PlayStation Store that I thought were great, and then I'm going to move on to Nintendo. Horizon Zero Dawn, the complete edition. So you get Horizon, the full game, as well as all the DLC and stuff. That's £10.39. Come on, that's great. I'm going to buy that on payday, guarantee it. That one runs till like the second week of August as well, I think. So yeah, that one to me is a no-brainer. Horizon Zero Dawn, £10.39, complete edition, so you get everything. Well worth it, especially before the second one comes out on PS5. Control is £17.49. I can hear Luke. Can you hear Luke? Yeah, he says buy Control. He always says buy Control, and he's right, to be fair. Buy Control. I bought it when it was on offer a couple of months back for a little bit more than this. I think I paid £20, maybe £25, and I thought I got my money's worth then. So, needless to say, £7.50, £7.49, definitely worth it. Death Stranding, I haven't played Death Stranding, but again, I can hear that little voice, Luke, calling out to me saying buy Death Stranding. So £23.64 for Death Stranding. I think that's going to be well worth it. I'm actually thinking of taking advantage of that one myself. So that's a good one. And last but not least, Tekken 7 is £8.99. £9 for Tekken. You might as well just, again, a bit like FIFA and PES, just gives you an extra game to play with your mates. First up, Nintendo. At the moment, Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle is £11.09. Admittedly, that's not usually one of their more pricey games. You know what Nintendo are like. Most of their games seem to stick around that £50-60 mark and never drop. That one, I think, I might be wrong, but I think that one usually sits between sort of 40 and 35 anyway. So that's still a massive drop of 11 quid. I haven't played it myself, but have played it when he did his getting drunk playing Switch games in the garden video. And I remember him really liking it and really recommending it. And I can guarantee for the price of £11 9p, he's gonna say go play that. So yeah, that's one I wanted to pick out. Outside of that, there's only one real thing that's sticking out to me right now on that Nintendo eShop, and that's Final Fantasy. Which one, you ask? All of them. Well, basically, it seems that Square Enix have put all their older Final Fantasy games on sale. Having a look through, let me just have a look at the list. We have Final Fantasy VII for £6.39, Final Fantasy VIII Remastered for £7.99, Final Fantasy IX for £8.49, and Final Fantasy X/10-2 for the higher price of £22.49. But with that one being like a HD remaster of a PS2 game, as you can imagine, it's going to carry a bit more. And rightfully so. In fact, it was enough that it made me buy the game. So I literally, as you can see right there, it was enough for me, 22 quid. For Final Fantasy X on your Switch, you can just take anywhere. It's a no-brainer. Also, as well as that, it got me with the Final Fantasy VII as well, because why not? So yeah, all the Final Fantasy games, there's some I've missed there as well. I noticed there was like a mobile game or something on there. There was another one I weren't sure on. I mean, I'm not the biggest Final Fantasy fan in the world. There's other guys on Respawn who will tell you all about that. But basically, if you like Final Fantasy and there's been a couple of those games you've been eyeing up on the Switch, now's the time because they're all on offer. And the harsh truth, they won't go cheaper than that. So get them now or don't bother at all. Last but not least, just going to cover what's on Xbox Marketplace right now. It's not a lot at all. And I think this is going to be a theme for these videos. I think you're not going to get a lot of Xbox deals because of Xbox Game Pass. Why would they put their games on offer when they can just throw them on Game Pass? That's their moneymaker, and that's where the consumers are getting a better deal. But I did spot 2 games that I thought was quite reasonably good. They're 2 games I love, so and that was Yakuza Kiwami is £11.24. These are with gold, by the way, so if you don't have an Xbox with gold, these offers don't apply to you, I'm afraid. But yeah, Yakuza Kiwami is £11.24 right now, which I think's a really good deal for Yakuza, to be honest. I paid a lot more. Well, I didn't actually, I got it on PS Plus, but I would have paid a lot more than that and been happy with it. So £11.24 for Yakuza Kiwami, and the Legendary Edition of NBA 2K20 is only £21.24. Now, given that NBA was on offer everywhere a couple of months ago for like less than a £5, that don't seem that good, but the Legendary Edition gives you all sorts, and since it went on offer like at that £5 mark or whatever it was, it has shot back up everywhere. So if I'm being brutally honest, about £21.24 for the Legendary Edition at that is probably the best you're going to get across the consoles at the moment. So fair play to Xbox for that, but that's it for them, unfortunately, because again, Game Pass, you're not going to get many decent Xbox deals, I don't think. Well, Game Pass itself is, of course, a good Xbox deal, so we recommend that. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed the first week of Respawning's Deals of the Month. Did I just name it? I might have. But I'm gonna come back and do this again once these sales are over. As I say, a lot of these sales look like they're gonna run until early August. I think the Final Fantasy ones, literally run until like the 2nd of August. So you might want to be a bit quicker with those. Whereas the PlayStation ones, I think, run until about the end of the first week of August. So we'll be back after that if there's some decent sales, just to let you know what's going on and hopefully give you some decent recommendations. But until then, make sure you're subscribed to be notified whenever one of these go live, or whenever other videos go live. We're doing streams, reviews. Our Ghost of Tsushima review just went live. That's well worth checking out. We've got all sorts coming up, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of that good stuff. Also, check out our website, respawning.co.uk. Get all the latest news, reviews, much more. We've got everything on there. You don't want to miss it. Also, make sure you're following us over on Twitter at RespawningUK. Facebook's the same, Respawning UK. You'll find us there and we'll keep you up to date on everything video game related, as well as some other cool stuff as well. I've been Mikey. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.